Another one. Another one. Touchdown, Jags! Ball game!
Another Jags podcast.
All right, welcome to another Jags podcast, episode 69.
69.
You're supposed to say nice.
Nice. I mean, that's like...
Yeah, so episode 69.
I still think it's 68, but you know.
No, it's definitely 69, but we're here. Cheers, just me and Joey tonight.
Which, it's like OG AJP.
That's true. We were talking about for a while, like, man, it hasn't been just us in a while.
It hasn't.
And here we are, just us.
So it's going to be fun. I'm
yeah,
excited.
It should be good. Yeah. We were going to talk about quarterbacks, new position breakdowns, but we got a lot of Twitter questions, so we're just going to go with the Twitter questions.
Yeah. So let's see where that takes us.
We'll save the breakdowns for later. But if you don't follow us on Twitter, we're at Another Jags Pod. Facebook, Instagram, Another Jags Podcast. You can find us on YouTube Live. You can go back and watch this video. We're recording ourselves live. We changed up our set here. We're on the couch because it's just two of us.
Much more comfortable, honestly.
Yeah.
And I don't look like Gigantor.
Well, I guess it depends on who you ask, I guess.
Well, I mean, naturally, but not artificially.
OTAs, the second week has kicked off, and we talked about last week about how if we were Yannick Ngakoue, we wouldn't go to OTAs.
No.
But he was like, yeah, I mean, I'm going to be a team captain. I'll be there. I'm a football player. And then this week, he's a no-show.
I completely get it.
Yeah, me too, man.
I mean, somebody probably got in his ear and was like, dude, you proved your point. Might even been a coach. And be like, dude.
It just seems strange that he'd be the one that says that, like, he's going to be there. And then, like, I thought maybe he's had, like, a rough Memorial Day. Maybe he was out on the boat a little too long.
Got a little too much sun.
Because there was a lot of guys that like didn't make it. Like Dante Fowler didn't make it to OTAs on Tuesday. I guess he missed his flight.
Shocker there.
so that was interesting.
Really?
Yeah, but man, this OTA are depleted.
Well, you got to think about it too, though. I mean, like you look at the heat index and like the heat for the week. I wouldn't show up if I didn't have to.
That's true.
I mean, at this point, I mean, that's like not today wasn't so bad, but yesterday was like dangerous, huh?
No, it's been hot for sure.
So I can see those guys after a long weekend. Like, I mean, dude, if I was him, I wouldn't be there either. He's proven himself.
Yeah. No, I mean,
There's no reason for him not to be there.
Ramsey's not there. Foles isn't there. They just released the news about why Foles isn't there. You can go and look it up. Our prayers are with Foles.
Absolutely. And I'm not going to talk too much about what it was, but I would like to talk about the media, man. Because we aren't media, we're fans. You know, we're kind of media, I guess, at this point, but we're going to stay true to the fans. I mean, dude, just because a guy says he needs some time for whatever reason, personal reasons, doesn't mean like something shocking, bad is happening. I mean, that dude has done nothing but prove himself from the second he's gotten here. He's been a leader, he's been a pro, he's been like mature, like he's done everything possible that he could. So if he needs a little bit of time, he's earned some time at this point for whatever it is. I mean, look it up. Prayers with him, man.
I think everyone was pretty much cool with that. I mean, what are you gonna say to a guy? I mean, we all know, but you know, what are you gonna say to a guy?
Was cool, but there were plenty of people trying to get clicks based off that.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm tired of that, man. Not for a stand-up guy. I'm tired of that.
Yeah, no, we're not about that life here. But can you imagine? I actually got to talk to JP Shadrick today.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm just gonna flex that.
You should flex that.
Yeah,
like,
I talked to
humble brag all you want, man.
So
that's pretty cool. I like JP.
I asked JP Shadrick a couple questions. I asked him how the team's looking, how OTAs looked without Foles, and he pretty much said that it looked really rough without Foles there.
Yeah.
I mean, you can imagine Gardner Minshew and Alex McGough and Tanner Lee out there, like.
Well, plus, I mean, when every other player heard he wasn't going to be there, they were probably like, eh.
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to run this route half speed.
Yeah, except those guys like tried everything they can to make the squad, you know?
Yeah, but, you know, it'll be interesting to follow what Ngakoue does. But pay the man, right?
Absolutely.
Do you give him DeMarcus Lawrence money? Do you give him over $100 million?
With the Telvin situation and that freed up? Absolutely. If Telvin was here, I think that'd be a question mark.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm down.
That's what, 9 and change freed up, and you have no idea what his future is going to be or what it's going to be next year. Yeah. Give that money to somebody who's proven himself, didn't have an off year last year, and is that guy. He wants to be a captain. I think he should be a captain.
No, I do too. But captains show up to OTAs, though, don't they?
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess they do. But with that point, though, kind of to like piggyback off that, did you hear that Marone is still letting the team pick the captains?
I didn't, but didn't most teams don't do that? I don't know.
Most teams do, and he did
Okay.
last year. But do you think after last year, maybe he might have stepped in and said, "Hey, let's have like a committee approach"? Maybe. I mean,
Like maybe not have Telvin be a captain.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Yeah. No,
I don't think they picked the best captains last year.
Well, I think the locker room is going to look a lot different this year than it did last year.
Yeah, that's true.
Honestly, with just Foles.
I mean, Foles is a guaranteed captain.
Yeah.
Right off the bat. So yeah, maybe it's like a non-issue. So he kind of stuck by what he does.
Yeah. I mean, I like Foles. He'll be fine. All right, let's get to the Twitter questions because we got a bunch and we do not
Bring 'em
have
on.
a lot of
I've
time.
only read like one of them, so I'm gonna take these as they come.
This should be good
way
because,
more fun that way.
yeah. So we're going to go right off the bat with UCF Jaguar because that's
All
our
right.
boy.
He's
I
a
mean,
boy.
that boy kills it.
He's
Okay.
consistent. He does a good job.
Everyone knows who UCF Jaguar is. His Twitter handle is at UCF_Jaguar. And he poses a good question. Who will lead the Jaguars in receiving yards in 2019?
I don't think that's even like a question.
I mean, it's definitely a question.
Okay, well, I'll give the obvious answer. The only guy who showed up as a man wide receiver last year is D.D. Westbrook.
Okay. I feel like that's the easy answer.
It's not
though.
the easy answer. It's like the last like 6-7 games of the year, he made that leap.
Yeah, but that's because he was like one of the only people that were healthy.
No, it wasn't just that, dude. He was breaking tackles. Like he was like busting down the line. Like he was running
But
routes right.
does a healthy Marquise Lee like pose any threat to that?
I think he will get some looks, but I think Foles is going to figure out quickly that Westbrook he's the better receiver.
Superhood 1800 on YouTube says Duval, but with a lot of U's, so I'm assuming it's Duval.
I was kind of tired of that like 2 years ago.
I hate that you don't like that.
Dude, I mean, in the grocery store, like I'm shopping and I hear like Duval and people.
I
doing Duval
love
chants,
that.
like,
Are you kidding me? I love that.
I love Duval. Don't
Dude,
get me wrong.
walking down the terminal or like the little ramps after the game after a win, and everyone's just yelling Duval
Don't get me
over
wrong.
and over and
I
over
love
again.
The Duval. I just don't love the Duval.
Nah, get
I
outta
don't
here.
like the extenuated whatever.
Yeah, get out of here. All right,
Sorry.
so I think D.D. Westbrook will also lead the team in receiving yards, but I think
Oh, he's not leading in touchdowns. That wasn't the question.
right. No, I know, and he might not even lead the team in receptions. I think
I would
Marquise
agree.
Lee is a guy that could lead the team in receptions, but yeah, yards. I think D.D. Westbrook. I mean, he just shows how good he is at those short and intermediate routes,
Yeah.
and that's Foles' bread and butter.
Yeah.
Like like I said, we thought we were going to be talking about quarterbacks this podcast, so I went back and watched every Foles throw from last year, and they're almost all checkdowns and intermediate passes. And he's a couple throws down the field to Golden Tate and Alshon Jeffrey, but for the most part, they were just checkdowns, little crossing routes, and that's where D.D. Westbrook like makes his money.
Which is also where like everybody at this point in OTAs have said like they're excited about is like, hey, practice is different because the guy makes the throws that he's like supposed to as a pro, not the throws that he's supposed to as a college quarterback, meaning they're like wide open. Like he's going to fit the ball into the spaces. He's going to make the right decision. He's going to have a good completion percentage. And Westbrook fits that mold, man. And he proved himself last year. If you're Foles and you come in and watch tapes of our wide receivers, like who's your guy going into camp?
I think it's got to be D.D. or it's got to be Marquise Lee.
It can't be Diddy's the only one without a question mark.
But Marquise Lee is just good though. I mean, his
Marquise Lee has-
third down conversion ratings the year he was healthy was insane.
I get that. And I'd be a big Lee fan. I am a big Lee fan, but I'm not going to assume that he can come back from
Bigly?
Big Lee. Oh, that's a good point.
That guy's Bigly.
He's Big Lee.
We're watching Josh Lambo, and that I'm guessing is like Tyler Shatley. That looks like? I don't know. Oh, no, that's Norwell.
Yeah,
Andrew
definitely
Norwell.
Norwell.
Yeah, okay.
They're at NASCAR. Completely irrelevant to the conversation. Good point, Jason.
No, I'm glad that we're on the couch so we can actually watch TV while we're talking.
But the point with Lee is that, yes, if he's healthy, and he hasn't been very much, but when he is clutch, man. He definitely runs good routes. He'll catch the ball. He's not the speed guy we thought he was coming out of college, but I'm not banking on that. That wasn't a minor knee injury, man. That was a major knee injury.
Yeah, I feel you.
And have you seen him catch a ball since, what, a year and a half ago at this point?
No, but I think that he is the type of guy that could bounce back from that injury and be good.
I hope so.
I know who he is.
I like Lee. Don't get me wrong.
No, I know, but you're answering the question.
Yes.
I feel you. Well, defense for days, #Jaguars, and he's at JacksJaguars95, says he thinks Chris Conley will lead the team in receiving yards.
I mean, that's the preseason Jag fan that we all are, right?
One of the things JP Shadrick said in our conversation we had today, because that happened, was that
I love the drop in. Keep it coming,
Was
man.
that
'Cause it's better than anything.
he said Chris Conley looked really good.
Yeah?
He said he's been looking really good.
I mean, as that preseason just hype Jaguar fan that I am, every single year,
There's always a guy.
there's always
Yeah.
multiple guys.
You know who the guy was last year? Keelan Cole.
It was Keelan Cole.
Everyone thought Keelan Cole was going to blow up.
It was.
Yeah.
And I almost want him to be that guy this year too, because his backstory. I mean, but I don't think he is. Yeah, but Conley, I want to believe that he's the guy that just didn't make it there because there were so many other options, and this is his second chance. But dude, there's been so many of those, man.
Yeah, no, I feel you. And
but I mean, he could be.
Yeah, I like Conley. He's bigger than people think. He's faster than people think. I think Chark could have a good year this year.
Chark was amazing on special teams last year.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm talking about as a receiver.
I know, but I mean, if it wasn't for a couple big drops, like he showed that he was the fast, big receiver that could run routes. He just choked under pressure, man. And that is kind of expected as a rookie, right? I mean, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it takes rookie receivers like some time. It takes receivers some time.
So it wasn't like he wasn't getting open. It wasn't like he was in the right position, but he was also having Bortles throwing deep balls to him that were wobbly, probably not in the right spot. And
my boy Bortles with his Tesla.
Did everybody hear the Tesla story?
I think everyone heard it by now.
It's my Bortles. That's why I like Bortles.
Yeah, I think everyone heard that by now.
I'm going to quit dipping and buy a Tesla.
Well, Spurville17 on YouTube says Marquise Lee will surprise everyone. Not saying he's the number one, but he's saying he's going to surprise everyone. I'm with you, Spurville.
Dude, if he comes back healthy, he will be the number one.
He is going to come back healthy. What do you mean, if? All right, let's move on because we got a lot of freaking questions. We got to get to these. All right, this next question is from Jason Rat, and he's at RatHCP. He says, do you think we have an offensive player make the Pro Bowl this year? He says, optimistically speaking.
I mean, that's a great question because all right, I'm going to throw offensive line out because that's one of those things if you make it, you continue to make it. They really don't look at the actual tape.
Okay, that's fair.
Would you agree with that?
I'd say Norwell has a good chance to make it, but I'm with you.
I agree because he's made it before.
Right.
That's my whole point.
Exactly.
So yes, Norwell definitely has a chance, but I'm going to throw them out just because that's so hit or miss. I mean, I legitimately think Foles has a chance to make it and Fournette.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I see anyone making the Pro Bowl from this offense, but I think if we're giving odds to somebody, I think Fournette probably is the best because he could easily have a 1,000-yard season.
Dude, that's less than 75 yards a game.
But here's the only problem. I went back and watched some of. If you follow our Twitter at Another Jags Pod, which you should, because literally all week I've been cutting up John DeFilippo's touchdown plays and how he scores touchdowns.
I mean, basically half of Jason's day is Twitter, so it's very impressive.
I would definitely say more than half.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a special.
Well, it's not just Twitter. I would go back and watch film and stuff.
Well, yeah, but your clips on there, it's actually
you should go on there.
It's as legitimate as a Twitter.
It's very underrated, and people that follow it, we have a pretty big Twitter following that are not big. We have thousands of followers, but all of our followers and retweet everything that we do.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? We have a dedicated following.
Yeah.
Because our substance is good.
Look at the followers.
Yeah, exactly. And
that's all you gotta do.
Yeah. So I've been looking at John DeFilippo and how he scores touchdowns. Dude, that dude does not run the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, and that's why he got fired from Minnesota though, was that he didn't run it enough. So you're gonna have this mix of him coming in and not wanting to run it, and then you're gonna have Coughlin and Marone, which are run every freaking play.
Right.
So it's going to be, I hope, a good mix of we're going to change a little bit. And I think our offense is going to be a lot different looking than it was last year, for sure.
You know what I learned the most from watching the Vikings, every play of the Vikings season? Adam Thielen is freaking amazing.
And I'm not sure, I don't know who that is. So let's explain that for the average fan. Who's
Adam Thielen is the wide receiver for the Vikings. He's a Pro Bowler. He legit is one of the best. I mean, he's basically Wes Welker in his prime.
So he's a slot receiver that catches everything.
Yeah. No, Wes Welker in his prime. Not Wes Welker
Really?
Yeah. No, I'm talking this dude. You should have seen the routes. Just on the 5-yard line, Thielen runs an out, 3-yard out, full what's his name? Cousins pump fakes, and the dude takes it upfield and on the 5-yard line. That's a play you run in space and open field. That's not a play you run going into the end zone. I've never seen that before, and it just, dude, Thielen is a big.
Well, good thing we got we got a receiver like that. That'll fit well. Oh wait, dang, thinking about somebody else.
So Fournette, do you agree, Fournette?
I do because honestly, it doesn't matter how much we run it. Fournette is supposed to be the breakout guy, whether he's catching out of the backfield, whether he's breaking through a hole. I mean, he should bust off some 30-yard runs and stuff, dude. I mean, 75 yards a game is nothing, and that's 1,200 yards a season, even if you're out a couple games. So, dude, oh man, get me started on him because he talks the big game. He keeps saying that he wants to be a 2,000 yard rusher.
That's what he does, though, dude. I mean, he's just a talker.
Don't talk it, just back it up, man. You don't have to be that. You have to be like almost half of that, and we make the postseason.
All right. Well, this next question is from Phil, and he's at Phil P4 LMER. I think it's Phil Palmer, but with a 4 instead of an A.
Clever.
Okay. So Phil Palmer wants to know, as a British Jaguar fan, because for some reason,
dude, we are huge.
We are huge in England. Like, I don't know what it is.
Unbelievable.
I don't know what it would be. Is it because we're like? Is it because you're a soccer fan? Maybe.
Maybe, dude. I can't. But how'd they find us in the beginning?
I don't know. I think maybe our boy Pat Jackson.
I love it because it could be Pat Jackson.
Pat Jackson
He's
just
probably blowing us up over there. But honestly, I love it because I've been to England like 4 times. My aunt used to live there. Like, other than Jacksonville, that's like my favorite place in the world. Like, so
wow.
Great. But I don't get why we're there.
I didn't know that about you. Okay, this question says, as a British Jaguar fan, what's the honest feeling amongst fans across the pond about playing games over here? Do you love it, hate it, or not bothered? How many Jags fans come across to London for the games? Does it truly affect the team's performance in that part of the season?
I can only speak for myself and I guess the circle around me, but I think any educated Jag fan loves it because it's national attention. The money that we make from being over there, like, literally keeps the Jags in Jacksonville. We are the like European like NFL team at this point, pretty much. I mean, you look at the fans, we have the majority of the fans. They sell out the stadium. Like, Baselli goes over there, they do camps. They're like putting football, trying to put it above rugby, maybe not soccer, obviously, or football. But dude, I love it, man. I see there no reason to stop doing it at all.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with most of that. As someone who goes to every game, home game, I do dislike seeing a game not being played that I don't get to go to. But a season like last year, I had no interest in going to another game. So like first of all, we had 3 September home games. I don't know if you know what it's like here in September, England fans.
That's the key point.
The heat index, it feels like it's over 100 degrees.
Dude, it's miserable.
And there's no shade.
It's miserable.
And so you're literally sweating your balls off. Like, I literally, like 2 games last year, was drinking just Gatorade and water. I'm not trying to go to a football game and just drink Gatorade and water, but I had to for my health.
I left at halftime and third quarter in 2 games, like, solely because of that fact.
Yeah.
Like,
it's so.
But I think the ideal fix to that is last preseason game of the year and first regular season game of the year in London.
I thought you were going to say drone shades.
Well, I mean, they're going to do that, I think. Khan's all about the flash. That's like what Dubai's doing for the World Cup. It's like, hey, we need shade. We're going to bring these drones over here, bring the shade, which is pretty dang cool. But hey, when one of those drones like fails and like crushes like 15 fans, like
it's a little kid.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, let that fall on me, Khan. I want that lawsuit.
Yeah. Well, I don't mind it at all. The Jags do play better in London typically. Last year, obviously, we lost, but typically we do play better.
But we should have won that game, and we were not playing well at that point.
Yeah.
So
and the biggest thing out of everything is you nailed it. Is like so much revenue comes from that game.
Dude, it's like
so much revenue.
I don't have the exact numbers, but it's like a little less than half. I mean, it's like the TV money, that money, and then there's like 30% is from actual games here.
Yeah. All right. So this is gonna be our last question before we take a break, because we have to take these breaks.
We
because
do. These are very important.
Because if you listen to us through Big Cat Country, like we have to put commercials in.
Which you know what I would like to like throw a thing out to our fans is like to sign up for the Big Cat Country message boards.
Well, wait, before you get to that.
Okay.
This question is from Patrick Jackson.
Oh, PJ.
This is our dog throwing us a bone.
Here's
here.
our dog.
Okay. He says, wait, hold on. Patrick threw me off here with his messages here. Okay. I remember what it says. He says, for someone that had never heard of Big Cat Country until, here it is. And this is at Patrick Jackson at @radius_Johansson. He says, for those of us like me who found out about Big Cat Country through you, would you care to tell us a little bit about what it is and why we should check it out?
I literally did not read that text or that tweet. See, I called it a text because I'm not
That's
like a
okay.
tweeter
That's
guy.
right. You're 58. So.
Exactly. Something like that. Minus like 17 years. But PJ, man, we're like kindred spirits. Like, dude, it's the biggest Jacksonville
like fan forum website.
Fan forum, like non like actual media conglomerate. I mean, They have tons of good articles on there. They host a lot of good podcasts, including ours. They have blogs. But they have a forum. Like if you're on the internet, dude, forums are the bomb. You get to go on there. You could interact with other fans. You know, you get to argue, which is probably the favorite thing to do with anybody on there. But it's like a back and forth. Like with people that you would never meet otherwise. And so do it, man. Get on there.
So I'll if you listen to our podcast through our channel, I'm going to go ahead and encourage you to start downloading them from Big Cat Country.
Yeah, please do.
Because they pay us.
They do. And that's going to end up with like Jag swag for like top Twitter like posters, like for...
Maybe I'm a sellout. Maybe I'm cheesy.
We are absolute sellouts.
But they pay us, so go through Big Cat Country.
Yes.
For sure.
Absolutely.
That you can, if you search Big Cat Country on your Apple iTunes or anything, you can find us on there.
Yeah.
There's just a couple commercials you got to listen to.
Which
we're used to commercials.
Yeah, and
it's 2019.
They're not long.
Exactly.
You might find something you want to buy or be involved in.
Yeah, and speaking of that, we're about to take a break right here, and you're going to hear a couple commercials.
Yep.
And support whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like it's probably a great product.
Plus, it totally allows us to like go to the bathroom and stuff.
Yeah, it's true, and like refill our waters.
We need time.
So we're going to take a break, check out these great commercials, and buy whatever they are selling. We'll be right back. All right, and we're back. After that nice break, I hope you bought all of those amazing ads, whatever they were. Make sure you tell them that you heard from Another Jags podcast, for sure.
Absolutely.
If you haven't yet followed us on Twitter, Another Jags Pod, Facebook, Instagram, Another Jags podcast, YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube
channel. There's no reason not to subscribe to YouTube, even if that's not where you're getting the source from.
I mean, like if you're sitting at home at 10:20 at night,
it takes like 5 seconds.
Don't you want a notification that says like, hey, we're live and you can watch us?
And you can respond to other people's questions there too, which is fun.
Yeah, I mean, you can help your kids with your homework, or you can watch us talk about the Jags live.
Yeah.
No brainer there.
Absolutely. Or both, maybe.
Yeah, make sure you do that. Give us a 5-star rating on iTunes, because we have a 5-star rating now.
That definitely helps.
You know, we're the only Jags podcast with a 5-star iTunes rating.
That's why when you Google us, we pop up.
We're the first one.
First.
All right, enough bragging about us.
But
although we are awesome. Oh, man. I left my water in the kitchen.
I don't have the questions pulled up. So
okay, well.
You bust the next question.
I'll ask the question. You answer, and I'll go get it. Oh, I love it, Joey. I love it. Our chemistry here is just on point. All right, let me give you one here. Okay, all right. This question's from Pete, and he's at Coach L Tweets. He says, what are y'all's thoughts on the report of Cedric Obagi getting first-team reps at right tackle? Sign of things to come, or just a result of easing Juwan Taylor in?
Not a bad question. So I'll be happy to take this one. I mean, it's actually a really good question because, I mean, that does throw up red flags, but everything being equal, if Taylor is not our starting right tackle come the first game of the actual season, then something has gone really bad. And I honestly think at this point that they're giving him reps solely because they want somebody to have reps in case somebody goes down hurt. So I think it's more of like prep for the future than it is actually that, dude, Taylor's the guy. There's no way he's not starting right tackle.
What's the percentage you put Taylor starting week 1?
80-20.
80? I'd say higher than that.
Dude, we took him in. Are you kidding me? Then why do we draft him? Oh, you said higher than that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Joey, please listen when I talk, all right? I know you're just trying to think about the next thing you're going to say.
Dude,
but
I just assumed you were arguing with me.
But sometimes, you know. No, I put it closer to like 90, I mean, 95.
Really, would you have to agree that is more than like, hey, we know this guy's...
It's really not so much that Juwan Taylor is like good. It's more that like this Cedric O... I don't know how to say his name. Cedric O. We'll call him Cedric O.
Obama?
He's from the Bengals.
Yeah.
He said he's bad.
I don't think he's bad.
No, he's bad.
No, he's like a journeyman.
Dude, if you go on like the Jaguars...
Let's use journeyman instead of bad because he is a Jaguar player.
No, he's not a journeyman. He was drafted like in the first round by the Bengals and was terrible.
He's gonna make the team.
No, he's gonna make the team. He's gonna be a backup.
So we're gonna go with journeyman because he's gonna be on the team.
Yeah, but if you go on the Jaguars subreddit, like Bengals fans pop in every time this guy's name comes up, and it's like, and they're always like, "Hey guys, just being nice, but just temper your expectations on this guy." Like it never fails. Like they come in and they're just like, "He's not good."
Well, I mean, even more so than maybe they're not prepping him to be the guy if somebody gets hurt. Maybe they're trying to get every look they can at him because they've heard that he sucks at this point. So
yeah, I mean,
either way, it has nothing to do with Taylor.
I can say he's not a guy I've broken down film on.
I mean, why would you have?
Well, I want to one day, but
should.
I haven't yet. But from everything I'm hearing from Bengals fans is that he's bad.
But this is a good question because I've heard this like on the radio. I've seen posts about it, like people questioning the fact that we drafted Taylor at that spot. That like it's an issue that Taylor isn't good enough. That's why it's not that. There's no way it's that.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not that. I fully expect Taylor. I mean, we want to be a running team, and Taylor was legit the best running right tackle, the best running lineman, I think, run blocking lineman in the draft. Yeah. So don't worry about it. Jawan Taylor will be fine. This next question is from Chris Azku. Oh gosh, I hate when I can't say people's names.
Well, it's a new one, right? I've never heard this one.
Yeah, Chris Azku, AZCUY.
AZCUY.
Azku.
Hey Chris, let's do that phonetically on your next tweet. So
we can definitely tell you his handle. His handle is @thisisdumb_11.
Nice. All right.
But this question isn't dumb. This question is pretty good.
Cool.
And he says, which running back do you think could become a two-headed beast along Fournette if this person is currently on the roster? You want me to take this one?
I'll let you take this one because my opinion is not good.
I mean, like, honestly, you could flip a coin for any of these guys. Honestly, like, you know where I want to go with this answer? I want to say Benny Cunningham. I legit want to say Benny Cunningham. Like, what we need, who did Foles use when he was with the Eagles?
Sproles. Yeah.
The only guy we have on our roster that looks
Fournette.
The only guy we have on our roster looks anything like Sproles is Benny Cunningham.
Dude, but the only guy that could legitimately do both.
I don't know if Foles. I don't know if Fournette can do that.
I think he's shown enough to where he can if he's healthy.
I haven't seen Fournette play out of shotgun primarily ever in his life.
He hasn't, but he's done.
Alfred Blue, never in his life.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like there is
Thomas Rawls, maybe, but like Thomas Rawls, I think will get cut. Benny Cunningham, I think, will make the team. This is what I'm going to say. I think Benny Cunningham will make the team as a special teams guy, and then he'll end up playing his way into the two-headed monster as the receiving back.
The reason I didn't want to respond to this is because I was so mad at Yeldon at the end of last year, the way he behaved. Because Yeldon flashed as that guy, dude. If we had Yeldon with Foles...
He's salty.
Dude, if we had Yeldon with Foles catching out of the backfield, you cannot tell me that would not be a two-headed monster.
No, because I think Alfred Blue is TJ Yeldon.
Dude, then he's not because Yeldon caught the ball. He had like 600 years our leading receiver through like 10 games.
That's because Bortles couldn't throw the ball down the field and he had to check it down to people. Man.
I hope that's the case because I really want to not like Yeldon, like, period. I don't want him to be here, and he's not. So, but that was my thought when I thought about that.
I'm cool with Yeldon. I mean, yeah, he had that moment, but I mean, I don't know.
So the answer to that question is we really don't have anybody, period.
We don't. Maybe we don't. I mean... does Rawls do anything for you? Does Alfred Blue do anything for you?
No, they don't. I mean, Blue, they're all like just those guys, man. They're just guys.
Yeah.
But I will say with our position group breakdowns going forward, we kind of need to look into like who might be on another roster that we could pick up that might fill that spot because we don't have that.
Well, this leads to Jacob Neville's question, and he's at Llama Feed, and he retweeted an SB Nation article that ranked the best and worst running back stables. And apparently, I didn't read the article, but apparently Jacob Neville asked, do we really have the second worst running back backfield?
Based on last year, I would say probably bottom 5 to 10 for sure.
I don't think so. And I love SB Nation. I mean, I love SB Nation. SB Nation's like...
I'll let you talk.
Yeah, SB Nation's like my homies.
Well, I get that, but I mean, I want to hear your take on the actual running back.
But here's what I think. I think Leonard Fournette is a top 10 running back in the league when healthy. So I didn't read the article. The article may talk about that, the injuries being a concern. But if Leonard Fournette's healthy, I think him alone makes our running back stable top 10.
I agree, but whoever wrote that article is obviously a realist and understands that Fournette, outside of not being healthy ever but 1 year in LSU, is also an absolute head case at this point. So to rank them in the top 10 because of Fournette is putting your credibility as a journalist on the line. I mean, as a fan, absolutely, dude. I 100% think we're top 10, 15 running back core if Fournette blows up like he should. But we got nothing to bank that on, man. That's like saying, hey, are you going to beat the Titans? Yeah, we should, but we've never beat them. So
I just clicked the article and opened it up. It's written by Christian D. Andrea.
Okay.
And he's at Trainsland on Twitter.
All right, Christian.
And
appreciate the article.
The number one running back group he has is the San Francisco 49ers with Matt Breida, Tevin Coleman, Jerick McKinnon, and Kyle Juszczyk, the fullback.
I want whatever he's taking then.
Legit. Two of those guys are coming off serious injuries.
Really?
Yes.
All right.
Breida and McKinnon. Like, is this guy for real? Number 2, New England Patriots. Sony Michel, your boy. James White, Rex Burhead, Damian. What?
Dude, they're maybe like top 10, but not number 2.
Dude, well, this guy's on seriously
What about
something,
the
man.
Saints, or what about
The Browns at 4.
Browns, or what about
The Bears at 5. Honestly, wow. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say right now. He's got the Jaguars at 31. He says the Jags spent the number 4 overall pick in 2017 on a player who has yet to average more than 3.9 yards per carry. See, that's the thing, man. You're going to talk about how he averaged yards per carry is so stupid to look at. I mean, how many just freaking 80-yard runs did Fournette rip off in 2017? It's because the dude ran the ball so much. He ran the ball into the line. He ran the ball
because he only
9
played
minutes.
6 games last year. That's
No, I'm
the
talking
problem,
2 years
dude.
ago. 2 years ago,
know,
when
but-
he averaged 3.9 yards per carry, he was running the ball into like 9 and 10-man boxes.
And against defenses that were not scared of the quarterback throwing it like at all.
But
for the
even
most
against
part.
like 10-man boxes, like even in 2017, you were like, all right, he's about to break one. He's about to break one. He's about to break one. 1 yard, 1 yard, 1 yard. 83.
Exactly.
1 yard, 1 yard, 1 yard, 1 yard. 56. Like don't give me yards per carry.
No, I
Don't
would have
give
to
me
agree with that.
I'm sorry, man. Get out of
But
here.
I think a legitimate answer to the question is we could be either top 15 or bottom 15 easily based off Fournette being a pro football player and not a immature.
Well, he's saying all the right things right now. So
Dude, he's always said the right things. I'm tired of hearing the right
I know.
things.
I'm with you.
I don't want to hear you saying you want to rush for 2,000 yards when you barely played last year, bro.
Yeah.
How about you tell me, hey, I'm going to prove it to you on the field. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming out.
Well, he's playing to the media. He's always. I mean, he's a big guy. He cares about his public perception. He's so active on social media.
He cares about his,
He cares what people think about him. He really,
public
really
perception
does.
Sucks.
It does, and he doesn't like that. So, all right. This next question is from Chris Morley, and he's at CMO_2832, and he says, if we were to sign Terrell Pryor, where would he rank on our wide receiver depth chart talent-wise? Because if you didn't hear, the Jags worked out Terrell Pryor.
I mean, good for them for looking at somebody, but I mean, he's just another guy.
Yeah, he is another guy, but where do you think he ranks in our? If you had to answer the question,
Assuming Lee's healthy,
yeah,
3rd.
okay. Well, would you not want to sign a guy that's 3rd?
I didn't say not sign him, but I mean,
would you? I guess
I would not sign him right now.
You wouldn't want to sign a guy that could be your 3rd.
Not with
Your
the,
3rd.
Not with
That's
the,
a starter in the modern
not
NFL.
with the potential that Chark has, because I really think he's going to come through.
Okay, now that's then
I think that money could be better spent elsewhere.
he's not a 3rd. Then I think he's a 4th. But I
Okay.
still think it's worth a signing
Maybe it depends on how much you pay.
because
What do you-
I'm not sold on
1 year,
on
2
Conley,
million?
man.
I mean, were we going to give another Moncrief like another, like 6 million
If
for
Conley
a
got
year?
$1 million, this dude maybe gets 1 or 2.
Okay, well, then I'm fine with that.
If you're not familiar with Terrell Pryor's stats, he played for the Jets and for Buffalo last year.
Not 2 awful teams.
He had 14 receptions on 6 games with the Jets, and he had 2 receptions on 2 games with the Bills. But 2017 with the Redskins, he had 37 targets, 20 receptions, and 250 yards.
Dude, throw money that guy's way, bro. Absolutely, man. I'm buying a Pryor jersey tomorrow.
If he's cheap,
Dude, he's just
our-
another guy, though.
but our receiver room could use like competition. So if you can get him for $1 or $2 million, I say you bring him in. And he's big, and he's big. And Foles likes big receivers. He threw it up to Alshon Jeffrey more than. I mean, he checked down to his tight end. Is it Selleck? Is it Brett Selleck? Or am I talking a different era here?
Different Eric.
Oh my God!
You're
I'm
talking
thinking
about,
Kelsey.
Kelsey.
Selleck. If he checked down to Kelsey, or he threw to Alshon Jeffrey. He had Golden Tate, who he liked on
No,
the deep
Kelsey
digs.
was a. Dude, we're going to back this one up because Kelsey was not at. Kelsey was at.
No, it was. Oh my God!
No, you're completely wrong.
Jesus Christ! All right, what am I thinking of? Who's the tight end there?
It's Ertz.
Zach Ertz.
Ertz.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Zach Ertz. So it's either Zach Ertz or it was Alshon Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Or it was Golden Tate. Or was it check
mentioned
down?
like 3 guys who are better than everybody on our team.
But does Terrell Pryor kind of give you what Alshon Jeffrey is?
No. Not better
Just a
than.
little bit?
No, not better than anybody on our roster right now. I would take Keelan Cole over that for no money. With the potential. With the catches that he's made and the production he had 2 years ago.
There's
With
that
good-
one-handed catch.
Dude, 2 years
gives
ago.
you
No, 2 years ago, he was rock solid.
No.
And you get a quarterback in there who's
man.
better than that than
You know.
somebody's been on like 3 teams in a season and a half.
I think you're right.
But the fact they brought him in just shows how like scared they are of our receiving core.
I mean, I feel like there's like a gap at like 5 or 6 with us, right? So let's just in no particular order. Receivers: Marquise Lee, D.D. Westbrook, Chris Conley, DJ Chark, Keelan Cole. That's 5.
That's 5.
After that, what do you have?
Rashad Green.
Exactly. So why not bring in Terrell Pryor on a cheap deal? And if someone gets hurt, I think Terrell Pryor is an injury like insurance than he is more than anything else.
Is he good on special teams? Can we get like something else out of him?
Conley and Chark are, and Rashad Green are this.
I mean, there's got to be a better, like, throw that money towards, like, a running back that's a dual threat, like we said before.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, we're a decimated offensive line. I mean, an extra lineman. I mean, something, dude. Just somebody who weighs, like, 400 pounds you can plug in the middle. I mean.
You're making some good points tonight, Joey.
I don't know. That just seems like desperation, man.
All right. This is going to be our last question before our second break. And then we're going to wrap the show up. And I like this question because they're kind of calling you out a little bit.
Those are my favorite.
This question is from...
Who is they to start with?
This question is from Lulu Lemon's newest elite ambassador.
This would be, I'm guessing, Mike.
No, this guy...
How many Twitter followers does this guy have or posts?
Let's look here. He's got 300 followers.
Maybe not then.
Yeah.
I was just saying that because I made fun of Mike's pants for being Lululemon last week. So
he does follow 2,000 people, so that's probably how he's
bring it on, Mike.
He is followed by the Jags Den podcast, which I've never listened to, but I've seen them. So
I haven't listened to the podcast. I listen to the actual show all the time.
No, this is different.
Oh, yeah? Not Sports Den, sorry.
No. Right. Okay, but anyways, on to the question. He says, why don't Gator fans know who actually played for the Gators?
Because Gator fans haven't paid attention for 4 years, man. That's an easy question, dude. Because they brought in Muschamp. Muschamp gave us some hope and then crushed it, almost had an aneurysm and took all the team to Auburn. And then you bring in Chompers McButters, who was an absolute psychopath and like fake death threats and stuff and didn't want to be there, didn't hire a sports trainer. Like guys were going outside of school to pay people to train them so they could be in shape to potentially make the NFL. And we finally have Mullins, who's actually a legitimate guy who wants to be in Florida. Anybody who asks that question is obviously not a college football fan or even close to a Gator fan. Thank you very much.
I think he was trying to throw shade at the Gators, not expecting Gator fans to be like, we know we've been bad.
We know we've been bad. And who wants to watch bad football? Not me, man. I got too much other stuff to do. I mean, honestly, though, look at this year, man. We got a quarterback who was about to be like just devastated and like selling used cars instead of like playing football anymore. And this guy possibly has made the leap to make the NFL now. And let's see what the Gators do next year, homeboy.
I'm with you there, man. I couldn't say it better myself, so I'm not even going to touch that. But I
didn't think I was going to be ready for that question, did you?
I didn't, but yeah.
Once again, didn't read one of these questions. You're like batting like a 500.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good. You're doing pretty good. All right, well, because our podcasts are so long, which this is a good time to tell people, like we've thought about breaking them up into and releasing them like every day into like short segmented podcasts. But frankly, I'm way too lazy to do that crap.
I mean, it's not even that. I mean, but this would be a good thing because, again, we're all about the fans, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, we've talked about it. We enjoy doing, like, a long podcast that's kind of just, like, free. We'll have some format, a little bit, but just whatever comes. But we also understand that, hey, dude, as fans, you guys want, like, some nuggets. Like, hey, what's going to happen next year? Do you want to know 15 minutes of this position or 15 minutes of what we think of this coach or 15 minutes of what we think our offense is going to look like next year? Dude, we can do that. We can record that, break it up, and release it. So let us know, man.
I mean, we could do that, but it's just a lot of work.
It is
but
a lot of work.
If you
but like, it's not. We could do that in one night.
I'll encourage you to just, like, pause it, and the next time you're in your car, just play it.
I'm not saying, like...
I know, I'm with
total.
you. But if
nothing's going to change with our format as far as, like,
if that's what y'all want, let us know, and I'll do it.
But if somebody says, hey, if there's multiple responses for, I want to know about this...
Right.
And that's not a full podcast question.
Right.
We could do a mini podcast for that.
Yeah. So just let us know what y'all think because that's kind of where we're at with it.
And we may just pretend we didn't get the question because we don't want to do it.
We do
that's possible
sometimes.
Too.
Okay. So we are going to take, because where I was going with that was because our podcast is so long, we actually have to put in 2 commercial breaks for Big Cat Country, which we're cool with because they pay us. And we will do whatever they ask us to do. So we're going to take one more break here, and then we're going to come back and we're going to wrap the show up. And It'll be good. So we'll be right back. Listen to these ads and buy whatever it is that they're selling.
Ads are good.
Sound good? All right, we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Another Jags podcast. I just ate a little bit of sushi there. Still got a little bit of cucumber in my teeth right now.
That's a little protein though. It'll push you through the last 15 minutes.
That's true. It probably won't be 15 minutes. It'll probably be like
5, 10, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
I think at this point you need a little
All
something.
right, so Pro Football Focus, PFF. If you don't know us,
Just love them or hate them.
I'm a huge fan. Joey's not.
I would say I'm not.
I'd say you're not.
I just don't always agree.
I mean, I don't always agree either, but it gives you like an insight on stuff that like you wouldn't normally have.
I can't knock the fact that they've hit a niche and done a good job with it. Just some of their stuff is just off the charts.
Some of their stuff doesn't make sense, but some of their stuff is like
It does.
okay,
Absolutely.
cool. Like sometimes I want to see how many pressures Ngakoue had,
Okay,
and no one else is going to do pressures.
fair enough.
So, anyways, so they did a top 100 best games by a player. So they grade players.
Okay, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so they grade players on everything by position. Like we said, DNs get pressures, O linemen get pressures allowed.
Is there a time frame on this?
This is since they started, and I think it was 2006. This is what I'm thinking.
Can I guess a quarterback that was on that list?
I don't have. I mean, I have the whole list, but I
Okay, well, I'll let you finish then.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I really only looked for the Jags on this list.
Well, it is a Jags quarterback I was talking about.
So there's 2 Jaguars players on the top 100. This is for best games ever graded out.
Okay, well, Calais Campbell's got to be one.
He's not.
Are you kidding me? That game against Houston?
The only players on the list are 2 offensive linemen.
See, this is what I'm talking about, man.
But, it is what it is.
What about the Bortles game against Patriots last year? I mean, that had to be okay.
No, this is these grades are like stupid good. Stupid good.
Well, you
grades.
continue.
Okay. So there's 2 offensive linemen. One is an offensive lineman from 2006. I would ask you to guess, but you're not going to ever know. So coming in at number 86 out of 100 is Maurice Williams, he's here. He lives here. He's really active in our community. He's a good guy. Hey, I don't know if you've ever heard Maurice Williams speak. This dude can bring it.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a good motivational speaker.
And he obviously blew up for one game.
Week 3 in 2006, he ended the game with an 80 passer blocking grade, but after he allowed just 1 hurry from 39 pass blocking snaps at right tackle. But what made this game dominant was the run game. He had a monstrous 96.8 run blocking game. Still the 4th best single game mark by an offensive tackle in the PFF era.
Pretty impressive.
That's impressive.
Based off TV footage and not actual game footage.
No, they break down the game film. 80
Hypothetically.
They do. They have a whole
They do
team of
not.
people that do it.
Okay.
All right, I pay a lot of money a year for this, okay? Will you give me this? All right. 86 Maurice Williams. Then there's not another Jaguar until number 4.
4?
4.
It's another offensive lineman?
Yes. Number
It
4.
can't be Baselli, so that's insane.
Brandon Linder.
Oh.
2017. A 98 overall grade.
Dude, Leonard gets a bad rap, man.
This is what it,
Leonard earns the money they make.
well, his issue is he's injury prone, and he's injured all the time. If he's injured for most of the season again this year, he's cut, and we save a lot of
Fair
money.
enough.
Which I'm not saying I'm rooting for, because I'm rooting for Leonard to be good, but we save a lot of money if he plays like he's been playing.
Yeah, true.
So, anyways, 2017 divisional round. Linder performed well in every aspect of this game, but he truly shined as a run blocker. He was on the field for all the 33 Jaguar rushing attempts and spent the game demolishing the Steelers' defensive line, opening up huge holes for Leonard Fournette. Linder received a positive grade on 36.4 of his 33 run blocking attempts and ended the game with a 95 run blocking game.
Which is insane as far as their ratings go.
The 4th best single game mark of the PFF era by a center.
All right, guys, we're going to start calling this segment the Jason indulging himself segment, because 98.7% of you guys out there could have cared less about that, including myself.
You don't want to know about how these guys were graded out the best ever. Nothing.
Not by an arbitrary.
No, they
come on, dude.
They look at it better. They look at it like scouts do, like scouts that are like working for the teams. You don't think scouts work for the teams have these analytics?
Who is the top guy?
Honestly, I didn't even see.
Let's see. Just
All right.
make this maybe fun for everybody.
Honestly, Vonta Leach was number 3. Oh, no. I was looking for it. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to pull it up.
No,
I'll tweet it out.
Twitter.
I'll tweet it out.
There you go.
Because
I
it's going to take me too long to get to the website. And so we'll tweet it out and we'll tell you. I'm guessing he was an offensive lineman who just blocked really well in 2006. That's my guess for that. But we'll see.
I think that should be a segment going forward, though.
A PFF segment?
No, just a Jason indulgence segment of some stats that...
I feel like that's what our whole podcast is, honestly.
Maybe not. I mean, a lot of it is like stuff that normal fans enjoy.
That's true.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, anyways, that's pretty much all we got. We want to say thank you to our Twitter questions, because you guys drive the show. Thank you to our YouTube live questions that we got during this live episode. One last reminder, we're on Twitter, Another Jags Pod, Facebook, Instagram, Another Jags Podcast. We have a website, anotherjagspodcast.com. You can find us on Big Cat Country. You can find us on our own Apple, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere you want. And we want to say one last time, prayers out to Nick Foles and his family.
Absolutely.
We know the type of guy Nick Foles is, and we respect him more than probably anybody.
Yeah. As a man of God, we are definitely praying for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. So praying for you, Nick Foles. We love you here in Jacksonville so far. And thank you to everyone that's involved in the show. Give us your feedback. Give us your questions.
We did ask for a lot of feedback this episode, so
we got a lot of feedback. So it's good.
So that's awesome.
We appreciate you guys. And as always, go Jags.
Go Jags.